And we're live. Howdy, howdy, everybody. Darren will be joining us hopefully soon. He's got more notes from work to catch up on. He had, phone calls that ran into the evening and stuff, and he's got to document all that. So, he'll be wrapping up with that and joining us soon. But howdy, howdy, everybody. Yeah, it's almost Halloween. I was seeing some of the comments. A lot of places are getting stormy weather. We're supposed to be getting that wee hours of the morning and through the day tomorrow. So we're definitely going to be lighting our candle for Mahes and asking him to watch out for everybody and hopefully not rain on us. Because, Lady Zephas, you mentioned a costume party. That's awesome. Local Mexican restaurant is having a costume contest tomorrow. And so I was working on some things for my Transformer, technically she is a meta shifter, but for the costume that I showed you, the helmet from, a couple of months ago, I added some more parts and I'm going to try and do that because there's cash prize for the first place. So I'm like, hey, how many other people are going to dress as a robot for this? I'm going to go hopefully kick butt on some sexy Freddy Kruegers or, whatever. And by the way, I'll plug them because I think the website is awesome. There's a website for it's for women and girls and for, female identifying costumes, but it's fun and you can be anybody and just go and enjoy yourself and learn things and get links for costume supplies. Originally, it was called Take Back Halloween, and if you Google it, you can probably still find it. But they changed their name to Dress Parade because the folks that put these things together, and they have sections for like historical people, for goddesses, and like queens and other things like that, and so they have Hatshepsut in there. They have Nefertiti. They have Isis. They also have Ishtar / Inanna. A great reference for a costume there. And the model that they have actually doing that costume, it looks really nice. And they changed the name to Dress Parade because they get people that check the site out for like school plays and for other productions and historical presentations and stuff like that. And their whole thing is, if you can't sew, this is a way you can put a costume together and just like assemble the parts and do that. Of course, I was fighting a customer with a sewing machine a couple of days ago. So yeah, I can do some sewing. But there's some things that, it's just helpful to know a workaround, but if you want something fun that's cool and it's not AI slop, check that out. But anyway, so and Katie Horton, your birthday's in a few days. Well, happy early birthday! And yours is in 2 weeks, mine's in 3. That's awesome. And Gabriel's asking tonight, can I have some prayers for health? I'm trying a medicine for my mystery illness, but I haven't been able to eat a full meal in almost a week with no appetite. Oh, goodness. And when I do, I get nauseous. Oh, wow. It's funny. I can kind of sympathize because apparently allergies and indigestion have a connection. So, if your allergies are flaring up, it can affect the other. That's what I learned this summer. So I can sympathize, and we will definitely say some prayers. Tonight we're honoring Neith, who has an appearance, and there's an early festival for Osiris and Abydos that's anticipating, of course, the Koyach mysteries that we'll be observing next week for Halloween. We'll be kicking that off because it's a couple of weeks, and of course, we're going to be starting a little later because, we're going to have trick-or-treaters until, 8:30-ish. And I always try to make time for the trick-or-treaters because that's that's important. It's a way of life that I think is on the decline, unfortunately, and that I hate to see happening because there's a great video. I'll plug another one. The Gen Experience did one on Halloween and how it's not our Halloween anymore. And talked about the things that especially us Xers, what it was like for us, in the 70s and 80s, and and I'll even say into the early 90s too. It's funny. I can remember being a senior in high school and signing out to go off campus with some friends, and we went trick or treating. I'm 17 years old and we're trick or treating. It's like, why not? But that's another fun video. That if you want to watch that and kind of get an idea. Of course, I realize I'm talking to a lot of other folks that are similar age to me, but anyone who happens to be younger, you want to get an idea of what it was like. That's a fun video. But because of that, we'll be starting later next week. So, I'll put an announcement on the channel. Mark your digital calendars or whatever, and it should be a lot of fun. Because that way I can also bring in like the jack-o'-lantern, so we'll try and find a spot to set it, some things like that. But we're just kind of doing a lead up to it. So. Oh goodness, yeah. Because I know it's been really dry in the Intermountain West, and the forecast for that area is to be warm and dry. And Eric's case is we rarely get trick or treaters. That doesn't stop me from buying candy. Yeah, well, see, I happen to live across the street from a school, and so I'm pretty sure when I start putting out decorations at the beginning of October, that the kids see that and they're like, "Oh, hey, that'll be a good house to hit." And we usually have a decent turnout of trick-or-treaters. But I notice it also tends to thin out around 8:30 or so. By 9 o'clock, they're usually done. So that gives us leeway to, get started. And we'll just, do a late night Kemetic ritual for Halloween. That'll be really cool. So, okay. And before we get started, I just have to show off. I've been working, like I said, I've been working on this costume. And I even have a prop. So this is actually PVC pipe and some other little things that I've grabbed and recycled. But you spray it chrome and it looks like, steel pipe or something. And this is actually a data canister. It's from one of my novels. Actually, it figures in all of them. And even the one I'm working on. So it's kind of an important element. And I actually have a prop of it that I'm, putting the finishing touches on now. So check that out. Yeah, so it looks like it's metal, huh?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Very good job on that.
Yeah, a good chrome spray. I'm really happy with how that turned out. But I'm basically asking for a blessing on this project, because it's going to be for more than just this one costume contest. My intention is to be able to go to sci-fi shows and things like that, and kind of do sort of like the Star Wars folks do, where they kind of build a world and have you come into it and experience it. I want to do something like that with my novels. So this is an important element of it right here. So we will ask the gods to bless our endeavor. So. Oh, me, back from a college Halloween event. That's awesome. So, yes, I love the fact that, there's parties and fun stuff like that going on. I miss going to costume contests or even just costume parties. So, yeah. All right.
How How is Indiana, by the way?
Oh, she is doing just fine. She's in her pool. I filled it with fresh water today, and anytime I refresh it, every couple of days, um, she is happy and will splash, splash, splash. I've been trying to watch, her behavior to see if she can kind of give us a heads up on the weather, because animals are very good barometers. You just have to learn to watch their behavior, because today she's been just kind of wanting to chill out and cuddle up next to me a lot. And some of that may be just, oh, you're sitting on the couch, I'm going to come settle in with you, because she loves checking out what we're doing. But if she suddenly is real intent on, going and foraging, and then settles in after that, that's what they do before weather comes in. I've noticed anytime that you have, storms or something like that on the way, I'm just trying to kind of figure out how much of a lead time are they, are is there between when they start to bed down and when it actually comes. If I can get a better sense for that, then we'll set up a weather forecast. I don't know, but yeah, she has been good, and we're figuring out, because I figured out that she will tell me when she wants her goodies, and she has particular ways that she does it. She will come over and she'll either peck at her little bells that are in her crib, or if she's out, she'll come up, and follow me into the kitchen and be like, hey, so she has been her irrepressible self this week, and I've been very, very glad for that. So. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yonachud. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, purity is within our hearts, and we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. And we've got some saved for Darren whenever he can finally make it in to join us. Okay. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and has been with us in the past and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes. We are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we light our candle for Sekhmet. She may continue to bring peace and healing and strength to all those who need it. And to her son, the mighty Mahes, that he may protect all of those who are in the path of storms. And we have little icons for Bast and for Sekhmet, both on one side of the altar, because they have a feast also right at, I think that it's the day before Halloween. And we won't be able to honor them, on Halloween Day because, it's going to be kind of packed with the observance for Koyak, but we wanted to make sure that we include them. So they have a place as well. You will rise in the Alchetis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Neith the Great, and Osir, Lord of Abydos, Sekhmet and Bastet. O Yenutru, you lords and ladies of love and life, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out Desfet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Okay. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Yenutru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yenutru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you and takes its place upon your hands. O Yenutru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. There we go. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yenutru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper, and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine. Ra, Neith, Osir, Sekhmet, and Bastet, all you nurture. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Neith, mistress of Sais, within her house. And Osir, lord of Abydos, within his house. Bastet and Sekhmet within their house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Horeketi, for Neith, Osir, Sekhmet, and Bastet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your body, O Neith, Osir, Sekhmet, Bastet. Come to your bodies, O Unutru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Neith, before Osir, Sekhmet, and Bastet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horeketi, and your son, the Osir Nisun of Keperura. Your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Dulat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horechta henket kakao abdus naturmak, hotnebet nofra wabet anchen naturim, kauen akunibu, machenibu hiren natural. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And I'm sure Darren would want to point out, there was a lady that we worked with through one of the state organizations for people with disabilities. And we just found out that she had passed away within the last couple of months, I think. And she was only in her 70s. Her name was Sharon Hennessy. And I guess to perpetuate her advocacy, what I'll share is that one of the things that we learned working with her, if you ever talk to somebody on the phone or wherever, and their speech sounds a little slurred, but they're coherent, when they speak to you. So you want to say that they're drunk, but they're not. It's because they might have, and I'm saying this, I did it like that not to, poke fun at it in any way, but rather to demonstrate. You could be speaking with someone who has a traumatic brain injury or some other kind of disability. And one of the things that they have to deal with a lot of times is people assuming that they're drunk when they're not. And someone else that we knew that had that said people would hang up on him because they thought that there was some drunk guy on the phone. And he says, no, he just had, can be from post polio. I think that might have been what our coworker had. But, so don't assume, especially if it's not, 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve or something like that. They may not be plastered, so that's my PSA on behalf of, our former coworker. So, just to keep, the spirit of the work that she did alive and pass it on in a different form. So now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Sphet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. All right, I'm just checking in on the comments. Glad you made it home from the party, Lady Zephas. I hope it was a lot of fun. And Katie was been feeling a little under the weather. Okay, Kid Fox pointing out the low blood sugar and people with diabetes can do that too. That's an excellent point. Okay, and Katie, you're saying you had a cat named Tika who has been sleeping in weird places, like a frying pan. And on top of the air fryer. Uh,
Wherever they can find, if they fits, they sits.
if it fits, they sits. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'll never forget our neighbors across the street at one point when I was younger having a cat that they named Channel because he liked to sleep on top of the channel box or on top of their video game system and had reset one of their games when the cat just decided, okay, I'm going to get up and stretch and hit the reset button on the Sega Genesis or whatever it was at that point. Might have been a Super Nintendo because this was early 90s. Yeah, but yeah, so they like warm places and electronics to suit just fine. And then, of course, I'm sure we've all seen that meme someone drew of Set trying to show a box to Osiris saying, "Hey, check out this box. You want in on this, bro?" The next frame, you see Bast jump into it. He's just Bast, no, because it's a box. So Bast was doing Osiris a solid. Okay. All right. Well, pardon me while I rehydrate my throat just a little bit, and we will read some prayers and hymns before we do our cookies.
And I would like a cookie this evening.
Alrighty. But first up, hail unto you, O Neith, the great, the one who existed before existence. You who made all that is, who created all that exists. Eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of Ra who was at the beginning. Unique one without equal. Mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command. One does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth. Mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under your authority. Mistress of great fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty. Light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your sons, the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seed of gods and men. Great cow, who nourishes all things. Mother of mothers, who is like no other. All right. I'm going to be a little bit different and read a hymn to Osiris from our first book, because we're going to have some other things that we'll be reading, coming up. So this way we're not doing the same things every time. Hold on. And to vary it just a little bit, because Osiris could also be in Neith's hometown and in other places in the Delta. Sometimes Osiris was referred to as the son of Neith. And, of course, if you're tracing back to her as the origin of all things, then that certainly fits. There's the not only could deities swap spouses, they could also swap parents too. So, hail Osiris, son of Neith, two-horned, tall of crown, given crown and joy before the Aeneid, whom the great powers fear, for whom the great rise from their mats, fear of whom Shu has made, awe of whom Tefnut has fashioned. Such as Osiris, king of the gods, great power of heaven, ruler of the living and king of those beyond, whom thousands bless in Karaha, whom mankind extols in Yunu, whom the gods, when they see him, worship, whom the Aka spirits, when they see him, adore, who is mourned by multitudes in Thinis, who is hailed by those below. And tell you what, let's also read for Bastet. It says we were speaking of kitties, and those are her folk. Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy, O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus, whom Ra loves. May you protect us until the dawn. And one more we'll read from Mama Sekhmet. May she help Katie get over that round with COVID. And I also need to include a prayer for a longtime friend of mine. We started out as pen pals back in the 90s as part of the Transformers fandom back when we were all communicating via snail mail. That's how long we've known her. But apparently she's starting a pre-treatment for cancer, and she just mentioned it. Oh, FYI, in a card, and we're like, Barb, no way, So we absolutely want to ask Sekhmet to be with her and to help her kick this. She's kicked a lot of things in the past. We don't want this to be, something that's bigger than she is. Hail, Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light, who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Zisfet, most holy of the gods. One seeks life in you. All right. And I do see some cookie icons. Now we're going to start with, of course, one for everybody. And remember, we had a very positive and proactive one last week, which I think kind of fits, if you consider, because it came from Hathor, and Hathor being, who can act as an eye of Ra. The reason why that was something significant to the Egyptians is irit, the eye can also, it puns with the word for action, to do. And so it's kind of similar to the principle of Shakti, of, active force and energy in Hinduism, but, not identical, obviously. But so appropriately enough, her fortune for us said, your future is in your hands. Make it extraordinary. So that was what Hathor had for us. So let's see what wisdom we have for this week. Oh my. So we have two. And this first one Not even a school teacher notices bad grammar in a compliment. Now the next one. Your greatest power is the power of positive thinking. You know, these can go together, I think, in a rather effective way. Your greatest power is the power of positive thinking. Not even a school teacher notices bad grammar in a compliment. So that is for everyone. So don't worry about imperfections, I think is what it's saying. Just concentrate on the positive. And in a tight situation, be complimentary and upbeat rather than critical. So, I'm going to slow down the... Oh, and we got a super sticker. Well, thank you. Conspiracy Town, absolutely. Oh, wow, and Blue Conlon, I just want to say thank you. Your interpretation of my fortune last week helped me nip a medical issue in the bud. You are most welcome. I'm so glad that helped. Doing good in the world. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Oh, and I hear Indiana getting she's getting a bite to eat. Okay, Roma Blunt, I sent you a direct message on Discord. I have a question for you. Okay, I'll look for that. Yeah, I'll have to follow up, you know, after service, but alrighty. So I see. All right. Just making sure I picked up from the beginning. So we're going to go Yamanu, and then Kit Fox, and then Blue Conlon. So. Okay. You will be able to improve your work-life balance. So, Yamanu, that was, I don't know, that might be some good news for Shannon. You know, work-life thing, but there you go.
Yes,
Yeah,
interesting.
So, yeah. Okay, so next is Kit Fox. Kit Fox, today it's up to you to create the peacefulness you long for. Today it's up to you to create the peacefulness you long for. And Blue Conlon. Don't hesitate to take control and push things in the right direction. So Blue Conlon, don't hesitate to take control and push things in the right direction. All right, and Katie Horton, and then Gabriel, please, from whoever the main Kemetic god of healing, health, medicine, or from the girls if they'd like to pass on a message. Yeah, and you had mentioned having a health concern, because of you were starting a new medicine. Well, Neith can influence that. I think there were a variety of deities that had attributes related to medicine. Of course, Jehuti, with magic and with healing, they didn't see a whole lot of separation between, what we call medicine and, of course, magic. But also, there seems to have been some attributes, especially dating from earlier in their history for Neith, having to do with what we might consider chemistry or compounding things. And she shared with Hathor an affinity for stones like malachite. So you could, we could certainly direct to her our prayers for healing. And we definitely want Gabriel to be able to respond well to this medicine and for them to get to the bottom of what's bothering him. So we ask that on your behalf. And let's see, we're skipped ahead a little bit. We're getting Katie, and again, prayers for healing for you too, and then Gabriel. So Katie. Katie, speak the love language of kindness and you'll touch hearts. Speak the love language of kindness and you will touch hearts. So Katie, that's for you. And Gabriel. A lifetime of joyous occasions is on the horizon. So Gabriel, a lifetime of joyous occasions is on the horizon. And we ask Neith, the opener of the way, to open the way for you to those joyous occasions and to open the way for healing and a handle on on good health. So next from Lady Zephos, from Neith and Osa, and the younger brother. It's a chance for Osa to kind of poke him in the ribs and say, okay, you're up. Positivity is the key to a fulfilling and joyful life. So, Lady Zephos, positivity is the key to a fulfilling and joyful life. And the message that I got, it just popped into my mind, is to focus on what you do have, not on what you don't. So, positivity. And again, match that with this. Your greatest power is in the power of positive thinking. So next from Eris K from Seshat. And then next from Cranberry. What? So. And we have Lady Seshat's candle kind of looking over us from the bookcase. So we ask her for Eris. March will be a month of change for you. March will be a month of change for you. And so, Eris, that was for you. Cranberry. No one can compete with you on being you. So, Cranberry, no one can compete with you on being you. So concentrate on being you and don't worry about anyone else doing the same thing because they can't be you. And now we've got our Discord cookies. Let me scroll down and see if we've got who else we've got. Yeah. Okay, Kit Fox having to head out. Okay. Well, you have a great weekend. Give the family a hug for us. All right, I see Mary Whipplewhack. Oh, Killers, I don't know. I have a toddler. I don't know how to create pizza. Yeah. I swear, toddlers seem to be the, and especially like 4-year-olds, is the closest thing I know to a perpetual motion machine. So yeah, so best of luck with that. But oh goodness, and puppy. Puppy made a mess. Okay, let's do our Discord cookies. Then Marriage Waffle Wet, and thank you for the super sticker, Conspiracy Town. I don't see a cookie icon, but let us know if you need one. We're going to start with, let's see, we got Atlas, then Rabbit, then Molly Malk, and then Ori. So we'll start with Atlas. September is a time for new beginnings and fresh starts. So for Atlas, September is a time for new beginnings and fresh starts. And that may not be for another year from now. That might be look at the things that started or the things that may have changed last month and focus on that. But so I'll give you a second to pass that on. September is a time for new beginnings and fresh starts. So that was Atlas. And next is Rabbit. Why do I want to break into little bunny rabbit? I will hug him and squeeze him and call him George. So for Rabbit, you have the strength to conquer any challenge that comes your way. You have the strength to conquer any challenge that comes your way. And I feel like that's a note of encouragement saying basically, you got this. Don't be afraid. So tell Rabbit, you have the courage, you have the strength to conquer any challenge that comes your way. And next is Molly Malk. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It's Molly Malk and not Malk. But, interesting. So for Molly Malk, September is a month for unexpected surprises and opportunities. September is a month for unexpected surprises and opportunities. Now that one's a little more cryptic. Hopefully it'll make some more sense. And if not, then hey, plan for good things after OPET. But last is for our very own Ori. Sending love their way. Wow. For Ori, keep your focus on the journey, not just the destination. Keep your focus on the journey, not just the destination. That's for Ori. And next up was Mary Twepelwat from the Jackals. Wow. Mary Twepelwat. We got some voicemail. I guess a little something from each jackal. So, good books are friends who are always ready to talk to us. That's your first one. You are a friend who brings joy and laughter. So putting those together for you, Mary Twepelwat, good books are friends who are always ready to talk to us. And you are a friend who brings joy and laughter. Maybe you need to write a memoir. But let me scroll down here, see if we got any other requests. Oh, Cranberry, oh, thank you. Absolutely. I don't know if these brothers can rip each other. I'll it's too much not to include him. Absolutely, sure. Okay, and Katie's having to head out. We'll have a good night. Going hunting with hubby tomorrow, maybe. Oh, wow. Well, may Neith and Wepelwet be with you. Let's see, and okay, well, let's see. Sorry, one for sarcastic from Osa, from Granddad. This year, you will find peace and inner harmony. Sarcastic, this year you will find peace and inner harmony. All right. Sounds awesome. I know some folks are having to head out, and I appreciate you, joining in with us. And, we tuck you in with lots of love. And for everyone else, if there's other requests for prayers, anything that I didn't cover, any other cookies, that anyone has a request for, go ahead and put that up there. And we'll make our offerings endure and get ready for the week leading up to Halloween. So. Here, I'll say a quick prayer for everyone. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Ymir, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neith and Upod to open their ways for us, and may you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Khapri at dawn, Atum at dusk, Ra Horketi, as you rule the nine. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Khapri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asa, Tinacheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khmenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Neith, O Osir, Vastad and Sekhmet. You have come in peace, O Yunacharu. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Neith, Osir, Vastad, Sekhmet. May you go forth in peace, O Yunacharu, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, and of course, if anyone's got any other requests. And I'm loving the icons. Those are awesome. Yes. Maybe a book on the pup adventures and naughtiness. You never know. It's funny. Because I've been doing a few writing workshops since this summer. And been really enjoying doing this. It's all been on Zoom, and it's with a lady that I knew she had written a couple of episodes of Transformers and G.I. Joe back in the day. Apparently, she'd also written for like Thundercats and Silverhawks and some other stuff. All while she was living and working in New York back in the 80s, and now she does these writing workshops and stuff like that. And so it was a thrill for me to do this with her. And the stuff that I ended up writing was, kind of, the more of it I started doing, it's like, well, maybe I could write a memoir, because, You think that only famous people, people who've done really crazy stuff, could write something interesting, but you'd be surprised. If you have some prompts and you just sit down and you write, the things that come out can, be quite surprising even to yourself. So I may end up doing that, but I also have some other things that I'm going to be working on next month. Some books for like the little divination cards and stuff that we've been working on, so I can actually have something together with that. But I'm saving that for next month. In the meantime, everybody have an awesome weekend. Prayers with me that we kick some butt tomorrow for our little Halloween party, and anybody else who's going to one, may you enjoy it and kick butt and have a great time, and everybody have a wonderful week. Lots of love, and I know Darren would be sending a lot of love too. He's just stuck at his desk right now, so we're sending some love to him too, and we'll try and see to it that he's free to hang out with us and observe with us next week. So lots of love, everybody. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, cool waters on Darren, yes. We'll have to save them for next week. As River says, here on Halloween night. A little later than usual. But lots of fun planned. Yeah. Well. Hey, think about it. Think about something. You know what? What do they say about the veil being thin and all that? What more appropriate time to be beginning the Osiris mysteries? And of course, we're going to be beginning with our focus on Sokar. But nonetheless, I think it would be the most opportune time to do that. So looking forward to it. We're the pagan holiday Ethel from Church warned you about. Yes, absolutely. All right. See you soon, everybody.